Let's start with the student loan decision. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote that the Constitution does not allow the president the power to unilaterally forgive student loans. It's up to you in Congress to make this kind of sweeping change. Early in his presidency, I think you remember, even President Biden said he doesn't have that authority. What's your response to the court's decision?
You know, what the court was also ruling on was with respect to the HEROES Act. But our response is very strong in that Congress has given the president that authority in the Higher Education Act. The president very squarely has, as well, using his Secretary of Education, the ability to cancel student loans. But as we've seen, not just in what we saw ruled from the majority, but even in the minority dissent written around these cases, we have justices saying that the Supreme Court is going themselves much too far. They are expanding their role into acting as though they are Congress itself. And that, I believe, is an expansion of power that we really must be focusing on. The danger of this court and the abuse of power in this court, particularly as it is related to the entanglements around conflicts of interest as well.
You mentioned the Higher Education Act. President Biden came out and proposed a different path forward for student loan forgiveness under certain circumstances. Listen to what he said.
We will ground this new approach in a different law than my original plan, the so-called Higher Education Act. This new path is legally sound. It's going to take longer, but in my view, it's the best path that remains to providing for as many borrowers as possible with debt relief.
So just to be clear, he is saying that what he wants to do now is to try to use his executive power under what you were mentioning, the Higher Education Act, which is different from what the Supreme Court struck down. You are not only a member of Congress, I believe you still have student loans. This plan could take up to a year to take effect. Is there more that he could or should be doing?
You know, yes, I believe that there are several steps that we should be considering as well to go a step beyond. I would like to see interest payments suspended during this time, especially during that 12-month ramp-up period. There are millions of people in this country that have student loan debt amounts under $10,000 or $20,000 as outlined in the plan.
Hi, it's Tisha Powell, and we are about to start our show. So you just saw a portion of a segment on CNN with Dana Bash. She was talking to AOC. And as you can tell by AOC's voice, AOC is more passionate about the illegal immigrants than the student loan. So what was going on when President Biden was coming into office? He promised to cancel student loans. The average student loan is $38,000 US, and about 45.3 million American citizens or green card holders, they own around 37,338. On the interview, Alex Cortez said that there's a lot of these loans under $20,000. That's wrong. The average person owes $37,338. It's a lot of money. And I've been telling people over the years, go to school on a scholarship, work for Starbucks, go there at night, or don't take on an undergrad degree because the government just literally screwed you. 92% of these loans are owned by the federal government. So President Joe Biden does have the power to pull that, but he's not going to do that. They owe $33 trillion. So young people, you're learning a lesson from big government. Big government said, "Ooh, I'm going to cancel your student loan," and you vote for big government and you still have your student loans. And AOC is not doing anything. She's helping the migrants. She's helping the people at the borders. She's helping the illegal immigrants that have literally physically crossed the border without any permission from the federal government. They have no visa. They have no waivers. They have nothing. They're just literally saying, "I'm going to break the law." Then they have not even paid a penny, not one penny into the system. And AOC, she's going to give them a lot of money. However, people who owe student loans, I'm saying the average American, 45.3 million Americans Oh, around 37,000 AOC, not 15 or 20 that you were telling Dana Bash. Bap, 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 bap. AOC, we know the game. There's a lot more owed. Average person owed 38,000. And these are for undergrad. This is not even for grad program. And it didn't get canceled. All right. The student loans didn't get canceled. Now AOC is trying to take on the Supreme Court. She's saying it's the court's decision. AOC, you and I know that you want to take over that court because it's conservative and you want to pack it with a lot of liberals so you can push your woke and social agenda. So just watch what AOC is doing on this interview with Dana Bash. AOC is not addressing the reality. She's saying the average person owes what, 15, 20 grand, or there's so many people that owe 15, 20 grand when the average person owes over 38,000 US dollars. That's statistics, AOC. That's statistics. And by the way, they owe the federal government. So good luck defaulting on those. All right, I'll give you 3 ways to get out of debt, including your student loans. Student loans, I call it bad debt. And do not make this a habit for your children. I've lived in this country for 41 years now. I went to school in the United States at 19, 18 I started. I worked a full-time job, went to an associate, got an associate degree, then transferred to a college, a state college. That's what you got to do. You got to work full-time and go to school at night. I heard that there's a lot of parents that are sacrificing their own retirement so their kid can go to school. You don't need to do that. They need to start working. Look at getting an online job. Online business are big these days. YouTube channel. You could do a Google blog. You could have a shop on Facebook. These are all digital asset. Commercial real estate is going down and digital asset is going up. So I'm trying to tell people, look for ways to start sending your kids to school or paying down the school student loans. Get yourself a lawyer as well, because President Biden said that you weren't supposed to be paying on this loan, and yet the loans are due this October. So I'm telling you, if you can get a lawyer who could look at your student loans, do so. If not, then get yourself a second job. The easiest second job to get is an online job. Airbnb. You've got YouTube. You've got Google. You've got TikTok. You've got Facebook. You got Shopify. Get used to online business. The average person is making 3,000 US dollars a month having an online business. There are 2 billion people every day on YouTube and on Google. Try to come up with some digital online business to sell to them so you can get out of your student loans. Because does Joe Biden do, knowing that he's going to be on the ballot? He make a dance move, a dance move, a dance. Sorry about that. I'll see you another time. I was trying to do the dance move. All right, I'm Tisha Paul. Hit that free like and that free subscribe button. Therefore, you'll get information you can get nowhere else but on this channel. And yes, you'll see me on Fox News. And yes, I did go viral on Twitter.